Hello, all of you adventuring beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ebon Sails Exalted, episode 39, The Final Rift. We shall begin as usual with introductions, beginning with Kerr.
Hello everyone, I am Kerr, I'm the Storyteller, and I hope to God that we're not going to see this session end in 10 minutes again.
Hopefully not. Who knows?
I guess that depends on whether you've learned your lesson from the last two times.
I totally did.
Don't worry,
Don't
it'll
make
be
us
a
use the
social
infinite
encounter
power.
instead.
Oh yeah, that's the one way to counter infinite power.
Anyways, Tochemay.
Hi, I am Tochemay, and I'm playing Gaueko Pelps, a Solar Exalt.
And while we're waiting for Jaffer's card, I am Zim, and I am playing as Nevis, King of Conquerors, the Lunar Exalted, and a Marten. I don't know if Jaffer's there.
Jaffer
there it
says,
is.
Hello, I'm Jaffer. I play Murder the battery chicken that powers Neves.
Not an
Oh,
accurate
God.
way to put it.
And I'm Gary, and I play Darcy, the funny little Get-Lemaine Exalted.
And I'm Brian. I'm playing Kata Zeno. And I'm the other battery to the infinite power glitch we found.
It's not a glitch, it's called a combo.
Wait until the next patch notes. Who knows when that'll happen.
Oh, right. We'll go ahead and turn it over to recap now. Well, I'll go ahead and take it this time. Well, last time we went to I think it was the fourth rift?
Yes.
Yeah, the fourth rift. Where we, upon entering, we found the Unconquered Sun himself waiting for us. Or not necessarily waiting, but he appeared very shortly after we arrived. Accusing us of killing Luna, the moon goddess, and his wife, or lover, or whatever the case is there. I think it's wife. But either way, yeah, he was going to destroy us with his judgment.
This is like some great fantasy.
Goose_demonic has purchased 10 general cards and reactions packs.
Goose, thank you very much for purchasing those packs and supporting the channel. I really appreciate you helping out by grabbing those packs. But yeah, otherwise, we faced off against the Unconquered Sun and social food our ways into success, convincing him that we would help him discover the fate of Luna And instead of us just, helping him out, apparently that was all we needed to do to get the world into the orb. So, yay! We conquered the Unconquered Sun!
Hooray!
Woohoo.
Woo! Thanks to generous viewers like you, who donated many dice rolls for Nevis.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Kerr for setting the scene. We are now back in our version of creation, and there is one more rift to go.
Yes. What is everyone up to as you guys make your way to the fifth and final rift?
About $1.50.
$1.75.
So Darcy will continue to be trying to make a necklace that can contain his hearthstone with the assistance of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and occasionally cooking and cleaning as to help around, little odd jobs like that.
Okay.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Tochemay tipped $120. Zrax hype Zrax yip Zrax yip.
Tochemay, you are incredible. Thank you so very much for your support and helping out the channel. I appreciate it so very much.
Mm-hmm.
The tip goal has been fully completed. So now any tips that you guys give will go towards the September goals.
Oh, it's already done again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tochemay. Also, Exalted on dinosaurs!
Oh boy.
But what is everyone else up to then, too? I got one of you. What about everyone else?
I think I'm just gonna find a place to fall asleep, just be writing, find a place to relax and write into journal about everything that's happened so far.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the fact that King Nevis has been like the solution to almost everything so far with killing everything.
Hey, he can't do it alone. He needs his trusty batteries. It's literally the only way he pulls it off.
Oh god. Wow. Wow. Ow.
He might also need a few teammates to work on his what do you call that? Diplomacy.
But,
Jaffer says,
wow.
1 battery is good, 2 is overpowered.
Yeah, just a little bit. Nevis is continuing with his studies for sorcery.
Okay.
And I did figure out what he would sacrifice for that.
Uh-huh.
He's going to basically give up his attachment to the original, his tribe that he was with that wound up getting him into being an Exalted.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he feels he still has attachment to them, but his attachment should spread from there to all of creation instead of just, keeping that specific one.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone treated equally, after all. They shouldn't be favored.
Okay. What about you, Gaueko?
Setting up the prayers for the redness, since this is going to be over the center island.
Mm-hmm. All right. And it doesn't take long before you guys do arrive at the next distortion. Sir, we have arrived.
We weren't attacked or stopped or anything along the way. Like, we're literally flying to the...
There's nothing that really can take on an airship of your guys' size and power. Airships don't really exist in modern day. The technology to fight them basically is only held by like the realm, its largest cities, and even then, how would they stop you if you just basically fly to avoid them?
Fair?
There is no technology that can stop you guys flying from one location to the next. People will see you, yeah. Like, everyone will see you, but you fly so quickly that there's nothing that any of them could do to do anything to you.
Fair point. I was just still expecting, some form of resistance from flying to the freaking heart of the Empire.
I mean, like 90% of the Empire is basically farming villages.
Well, yes, but I was still just expecting resistance from getting to the city. But again, I guess the city is in a rift now, isn't it?
Yes, it is in a rift right now.
That helps explain it. They're probably panicking and such for anybody that's outside, and so us coming in the airship, probably they don't care. They got other things to worry about, such as all of their leadership being gobbled up by a rift. Okay, I'm good with this. Retract my objection and surprise. I was just still, before I realized that part of it, I was surprised that nobody tried to do anything at all.
If you want some Imperial resistance, I can give it to you.
Hunt.
Haha.
You are anathema. Well, I guess nothing else to do but go into the rift.
Okay. That's what I figured. I just wanted to check.
No, we're detouring to Gem. Haha.
Good idea. We'll go to Gem. On second thought, never mind. Camelot, it is a silly place. I can feel Kerr tearing up his notes right now.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, sir. We've already been caught in the rift's gravitational field. We're being drawn in.
That's rather inconvenient.
Too funny.
Jaffer says, we're exalted. You think gravity has any power over us?
It does now. Because through this dimensional rift comes the boar that marches against the sky.
Oh
I
no.
parry it.
Remember what you're getting yourself into.
One of the Yozai himself breaks his bonds to march against creation.
Kerr.
Yes.
I killed the king of them
Mm-hmm.
in one blow.
Mm-hmm. I was making a joke.
Don't make the batteries do the job.
Say, has an Exalted ever tried to kill the DM or
Yes, there was a comic about that.
I have exalted bodyguards.
How many?
Yes. I'm not at
And how
liberty
much-
to disclose that information at this time.
how much do they get paid?
He's got 2 of them.
Like at a
If it's
health
only
and dental.
2,
Yeah, it's only 2, so we can take them.
So,
100%.
as you guys make your way through the rift, you come out.
I'm sorry, that's too funny right there.
A fur approaches from the rift and begins eating.
No,
the
it's a
Oh,
it's
no.
a mimic.
Oh,
Yeah, for that one we've got a little video of a mimic skittering around on little sketch lakes.
Jaffer says, you know Kerr's bodyguards are 2 liminals running multiple infinite combos, right?
Wait, what?
we can out infinite them. It's fine.
So, what you guys, as you guys come out, you are over what looks to be like a sprawling city here of crystal and glass. Crystal, glass, and what looks to be like plants. Like everything is made out of one of those 3 things, it seems.
Darcy is memorized by all the sparkling, staring and saying "wow" and "golly."
And this city is huge. It is far larger than anything you have ever seen here, Gaueko.
Out of character, welcome to Rathus.
It's not Rathus. Rathus would be even larger. But you're on the right track, Gaueko. You're on the right track. Rathus is probably where you're gonna have to go. But yes, it is a beautiful, breathtaking city. Gaueko, you don't see anything at all that looks like what you remember, though. None of the normal, like, imperial sort of styles. Everything is completely different. And you don't really recognize it without a roll.
around, looking around, using finesse.
Alright.
I know some of it.
Yes, you look at this. This style is early. No, it's not even early first stage. This is pre first stage. This is pre first age style of both art and building style for the
See the Dragon Kings before.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is like this would be considered like their golden age of arts and such. And you are looking at it.
And this still looks like it's on the center island, not over in the...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This looks more like Dragon King architecture than royal of the pre-first age. Darcy, do you know anything about it? Or is it before your time too?
It's very shiny. I can't say I recognize any of it. I've never seen a city so big. I lived in a cottage with my mother, so I never saw many buildings.
We should check to see who's from our reality down here.
Has there been anyone from our reality in any of the other worlds?
You did hear that they might have been trying to send sidereals to fix things.
Alright, well, let's go down and take a look then. So this is just a massive city.
Mm-hmm. You can see like little smaller villages and everything out there. As you begin to fly in, your ship would need to probably land outside of the city. It's too large to land in it. But the dragon folk as you get closer to the ground and your cameras begin seeing them, they don't seem like off-put or surprised or anything by it.
Well, that's either good or terrible.
Yeah, I don't like the vibes I'm getting.
I will say the Dragon Kings support Unconquered Sun. And they do have flying technology.
Yes, they do. You can see smaller flying craft, but they're more like very small group of people or like small cargo craft that are flying through the air. Nothing like what you guys have.
All right, well, I guess we march into the city.
Joke.
Okay, give me one moment to get this note up real quick.
Nevis will leave his armies behind.
Okay. All right. So, who all is going to be heading out?
I'm gonna go ahead and join Nevis on this.
Yeah, I might as well go.
Darcy would ask permission to stay on the ship to continue working on his necklace. And of course, protect it from any potential intruders.
You're staying on the ship?
Yes.
All
Goose
right.
_demonic is excited.
Well, then we're going to go march into the city and find out what's going on.
So,
How's
as
this
you
go?
step
Get
up,
excited.
as you step off of the ship, you are greeted with a sight of basically different breeds of lizard folk that you would recognize as dragon kings.
Oh no. I don't like this.
Jaffer
A few of
is
them.
booping the Marten.
A few of them do seem surprised that you guys are not dragon kings, but they're also kind of just interested. It's like they haven't really seen people like some of you before. So one of them does kind of approach you. He is a very large boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop. Oh, ba-da-boom, ba-doop, ba-doop. Where is my notes? My notes, my notes.
Joke.
Where are my notes at?
Мне кажется, их надо парой заводить, знаешь, чтобы они друг друга мучили весь день. Угу. Они заняты друг другом. Угу.
Where are my things? There they are. There they are. He is one of the Mosok. They are very, very large and in charge. Very bulky, very kind of covered in plates on his body. Normally they are from the west, of what you remember. Though, it seems like pretty much anyone could meet here. And not all of them just live in the west. That's just their dominant area. And it looks like he's dressed in crystal-like garb with a very large club in one hand. And he is kind of looking at you. What sort of beings are you? He is notably speaking in a very old dialect of Old Realm, Nevis.
So Nevis is the only one that will be able to understand him then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. I am a Marten and a Looter Exalted. These are my companions, and he'll gesture to, I think it was just Gaueko and Brian that came with?
Yeah, Cadus and Gaueko, I think so
Cadus.
far just came with you.
Did Murder go too?
What was that?
Did Murder come too?
He didn't say so.
I wasn't sure.
Jaffer says, sure, Murder will be there.
Alright. So he'll gesture to each in turn and give their introductions.
Interesting. You introduce your slaves?
They are not my slaves, they are my compatriots.
Real quick, Nevis, you would know humans are basically considered cattle in the old Dragon King society. That doesn't mean that they're abused or anything, but they are considered to be slaves. They are basically like the equivalent of dogs or cats for us. That is just how the entire society is.
Nevis still would not accept that terminology for him. Regardless of what their society says, he would not accept them being called such.
You have a strange way of referring to your servants.
Again, they are not my servants, they are my friends.
Then they do not have a master. You can noticeably see him tense up a little bit at that.
They are their own masters. Isn't Tochemay the only one that's human?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
But they're lumping us all together. I feel betrayed.
Nevis will be translating to the others, by the way.
He's going to kind of pause before walking over to you, Nevis, and leaning forward to whisper to you. I would be careful about the terminology you use. Obviously, you have quite a lot of wealth and power, but you will find that those inside the city are not so forgiving to outside thinkers. I simply wish to warn you. The normal thing that is done with slaves who are not owned by their master is they will be taken to have their hearts sacrificed to the Unconquered Sun.
And those inside the town will find them it a bit difficult to do so.
I simply warn you, as you do seem to come from another area where the laws may not be so strict or managed.
Considering that Gaueko in particular is one of the Unconquered Sun's chosen, I am fairly certain that the god would be very displeased if they tried to do this.
He just seems very confused at that.
Flare the anima banner to the first.
Okay. You're flying your anima banner?
Oh,
Oh boy.
Exactly.
You begin to see basically like all of the Dragon Kings have stopped and are looking at you. And you can hear some of them whispering a word. Ochleki. Ochleki. And it is with like reverence and shock. Nevis, you would understand the word. It is a very, very, very old and out-of-date term that is basically never used anymore in Old Realm. But is a word that means chosen.
Bring out Jidin!
we're not that far. We haven't decided that yet, Goose. Come on.
Yes, he is chosen.
The guard who had been talking to you immediately steps back and quickly waves a hand. Forgive me, I had no idea you had one of the Ochleki in your custody, nor that he had been chosen by I do not know what this means. But please, the temple awaits you, the Grand Temple.
Nevis will proceed on, leaving one more small comment. We are all chosen before any ideas come about.
Do you use the word chosen or Ochleki?
Ochleki.
Okay. Okay. That word has a meaning for them. That word has a very big meaning to them. Okay.
We're all sacrifices here.
So you guys make your way.
Would Nevis be? Does that mean that we are sacrifices, or?
No, it does not. It means chosen.
Okay.
You could try to make an occult roll though to try to figure what it actually means to them.
Yeah, let's go for that.
This is something that would actually be difficult to know because of how far it dates back.
And I'll use my... What is it? Mastery? Excellency. Because I do have an excellency for occult.
Mm-hmm.
Or for sagacity. We'll see what comes of that 10. Is 6 enough, or should I use one of the rerolls?
That's good enough.
Oh, okay.
That's good enough. Ochleki is an ancient Dragon King word. And what it means is chosen. Unlike the Exalted, who are bonded with a fraction of essence from a god or a spirit, in this case, the person is directly possessed by that god or spirit but it's not a temporary possession, but the god themselves fuses with the person, and they basically become one being together.
It's writing.
Yeah. They are. This can only be done through mutual consent from both parties, and when it is done, they basically become a new being. It's almost like fusion from Steven Universe almost.
Oh god.
Between a god and a dragon king.
You know, yeah, I'm sticking with that term.
Yes. So them calling like Gaueko and you guys Oshaleki means like you guys have basically fused yourselves to gods. And not just that, but you're saying that Gaueko has somehow taken on aspects of the Unconquered Sun, who is their main god.
Yeah, I am absolutely a-okay with carrying on with this.
I'm terrified,
Though
but this is interesting.
I suppose in this situation, then, that would basically mean that if we were that, it would mean that Gaueko and Nevis are married then.
Oh god.
It's more like a. For you, it would be more like a Luna spirit. This world must not have the normal Exalt yet.
I agree. This world does seem to be unique in that regard compared to the others we have come across.
Do you think it was too early to show my hand?
No. A show of power is often best. Especially when they were trying to say that you were my slave. I won't accept that.
So how did we want to do this? Did we want to go look for the tree or start talking with the priests?
Artie?
Yes, sir.
Could you scan for the tree?
Scanning. Scanning. I do not currently detect the tree, sir.
Alright, in that case, looks like we are talking to the priests. So yeah, we're going to the temple.
Oh boy.
Alright, so as you guys begin to make your way into the town, this sprawling city is a bustling with Dragon Kings. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them. You can see there are taverns, there are shops, there are stalls set up all over the place being run. Like, it very much just feels like a normal town, a normal city, but it is being run basically by lizard anthros, basically, of all different basically varieties. You can see every one of the major species here.
Two unique things would be the waterways and the aerial travel.
They do have both aerial travel and basically waterways cut in to allow people to travel quickly throughout everything.
I say that because there's Dragon Kings of the water and Dragon Kings of the air.
And in the center of the city, which you guys can clearly see basically from the anywhere in the city, is a massive golden temple. And you can see iconography of the Unconquered Sun basically etched everywhere on said temple, even from so far away. Also, here you would see Brain, please work for me. Many of the people are actually pausing to look at you guys, very much confused and curious. Like they have never seen anything like most of you guys before.
Joke.
I see no reason that Nevis would stop except to get to the outside of just marching on to the temple. What was
I'm gonna
that?
be like shook up a little bit.
I was saying banana because of the Marten.
Oh.
Anyone else want to do anything, or just follow Nevis as he continues on?
Follow Nevis's lead.
I'm gonna keep following Nevis. I'm just gonna be a little shook up because everyone's staring.
I don't want Nevis to get distracted by the slave pins.
You don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So.
Oh wait, we're in that section. Oh no.
Ah, yes. Nevis could absolutely get distracted by that and tearing down everything that they care and love.
We do a little slavery around here. No biggie.
The Dragon
No,
Kings are
we don't.
Yeah, the Dragon Kings were basically given control over humanity by the Unconquered Sun to be their slaves.
Because humans are just essence batteries.
Yeah, basically. But yes, it doesn't take too long for you guys to make it to the temple. And with Toshimay's anima banner, they allow you up. They're not getting in the way of that. And as you guys get to the top of the pyramid, you arrive just as service is being done, and you see a human on a center slab with a Dragon King in fine golden robe standing over him, ripping his heart from his chest as the heart catches on fire and burns with golden light before just basically dissolving away. Which, considering how well Tochemay rolled, Tochemay, you would know that means that the Unconquered Sun accepted the sacrifice and basically said, "Good job." He accepted the offering. Before, as two Dragon Kings take the body away, the priest is going to look at you guys in
Demonic
confusion.
wants you to use your creepiest voice for the next minute.
Goose, those cards are not valid for the tabletop games.
I was just about to do it too. The Dragon King is going to look at you guys in curiosity. What brings you here? I have never seen creatures such as yourselves before. We have just finished conducting services to the Unconquered Sun.
This would be the only one to understand.
Nevis is acting as translator for everyone on this. We are seeking a tree. It was a big silver tree, right?
Yes.
A large silver tree.
You seek Master Sazoni.
I suppose that is the case. Lead us there?
We would not be able to, though we could tell you where he is. He is far to the east from here. His great silver branches, I can talk. I swear I can talk. His great silver branches shade the grand capital city of Rathus.
I see. Very well then, I suppose we shall be off.
If you do not mind me asking, what sort of creatures are you?
I am what is known as a beast folk.
I have never heard of such a creature.
It is not for those of your stature to question the will of the gods.
He pauses for a moment before kind of bowing his head slightly. My apologies, I did not realize that I was standing before servants of the gods. Which gods do you serve? If I may be so bold.
What was the term again?
So that term doesn't actually mean like you are actually a servant. That means more like
the chosen one.
Ochaleki.
We are not mere servants. We are Ochaleki.
Pretty much every dragon folk who is currently up here, like all the assistants for priests and such, immediately just stop and look at you. You are Ochaleki? It is... forgive me, it is unheard of for any but one such as ourselves to become such a creature. Can you prove such a claim?
Isn't Gaueko's banner still flaring?
Yeah.
Okay, you're keeping it flaring. Okay. It would have faded after a little bit since you weren't spending essence.
Okay, so flare it again.
Yeah, no, it's very easy for you guys just to flare your anime banner and show your cast mark.
Especially in essence.
Yeah.
This time Nevis will go ahead and flare his own.
Like when you guys do, he immediately he is like, oh, they're not lying. They're not trying to like be tricky or anything. And yeah, he immediately gets down on one knee and bows, not to you, Nevis, but to Gaueko.
That is fine.
My lord, you walk among us in the body of a human?
Nevis is still
You'll have to-
translating, so.
You'll have to
I don't like
translate
this.
that it is from another.
None shall see me. Though my battle cry may give me away.
It is from another Exalted Sun that I am from.
You come from another land. We are your humble servants, my lord.
You follow your Exalted Sun, and I follow mine.
I am going to decline that. Whoa. Is there anything that you require of us, my lord?
Not at this time.
We are your humble servants. We are eager to assist you in anything that you desire.
Well, in that case, free your slaves.
What do you mean?
Did I
Nevis?
stutter?
Nevis, this isn't our Exalted Sun, this is theirs.
So?
The Unconquered...
That would upset their Unconquered Sun.
The Unconquered Sun gave us dominion over humanity, and they work as our assistants, our servants, and as sacrifices when they disobey or when they attempt to escape and such. It has been this way for eons.
Times change. The Odaleki walk among you now. Times change.
We cannot do such a thing without word from our rulers.
Then take me to your rulers.
They are in Rathis.
Very well, I shall return. Artie, send the Shrike over if you would. I require a pickup.
The Shrike will make his way over to you guys to pick you up.
I'm curious if there is any reaction to the Shrike coming over.
Some confusion, but like more just like, what kind of thing is that ship made out of? Like, how does it work? Like that, more that kind of thing. Not like, otherwise no one really thinks it's out of place. It's just like a different type of vessel. Is it from like the deep south or the far east? Is it some secret ship that was kept under wraps for like the high nobility to use, that kind of thing? Like for them, it's more just like, yeah, this is just a something that just they've never even heard of before.
And Nevis, don't rock the boat too much on this realm. You do not realize how much trouble I can be by having this power. They could sacrifice me to their Exalted Sun, and my solar powers would go to somebody in this realm.
Nevis will flash a smile to Gaueko as we're boarding the Shrike. They are welcome to try.
Wako, don't worry about it. We're not gonna let them do what they want with you. If anything, we might just do the combo again.
Regardless of their response to it, I cannot allow this slavery to continue.
You guys don't realize how much of anathema is weighing upon me right now. But off we go to Rathus.
Yep, onwards!
All right, so you guys are going to start making your way to Rathus.
Yeah, might as well.
Unless Nevis needs to make a quick stop to Mahasuchi's.
Would
Nah, I think
Mahasuchi even exist?
probably not in this
Nuclear
world.
launch detected.
Oh no, who did that?
That was Jaffer with Woe.
Oh boy.
So as you begin making your way across, you can see it's going to take a few hours. So, is there anything you guys want to do on the couple-hour ride trip?
Nevis is gonna run drill with his soldiers.
Okay.
Nuclear launch detected.
Warning, warning, nuclear launch detected.
Immediately sprinting to stop that. Let's go.
I parry it.
Warning, warning, nuclear launch detected.
I parry that one too. No, the second one I will perfect defense against.
The Shrike is
Exalted
the
Sun in this realm deserves my sunrance here too.
I will not be using your name in the reason for why they should stop, but it will be stopped.
You wish to force upon your values
Joke.
upon this place. which we don't even know if it will still be.
Well, the intention is to protect this world and keep it existing. But yes, I do intend to force that onto the world. I will not allow the slavery to continue. If the humans wish to continue in their service as is, then that is their choice. But that is the thing. They must have their say.
And it's not my place to set upon them on the Empress.
Then do not. I fail to see what that has to do with I, myself, stopping that.
Because we're here to stop the rift. If we bubble this place, then we can come back to it into the wild and fix their problem.
Oh, certainly. But I see no reason not to go ahead and begin the fixing now.
To break their society now would be more of a disfavor.
How would we be breaking their society? How would it be a disfavor to the humans that they sacrifice on a whim? The fact that there are people that they need to punish in such a final way shows that these humans do not want to live in this situation.
And yet, the Unconquered Sun approved.
Then I will take it up with him directly. RD, take us to you, Sean. And Kerr is silent.
Don't mind me being silent over here.
Currently
I'm just
thinking
taking
real quick.
I'm sorry, the gates are not the same as in your realm.
No, Nevis wasn't actually saying that. I still wanted to see Kerr's response to me saying that, though. Yeah, Goose, I think he was silently panicking.
Just a tad.
I'm sorry. The conversation between Nevis and Gaueko just made me go back to some books I read as a child, and I just shut up and I'm just enjoying it.
Nuclear launch detected.
Not again.
Jaffer says, Neves is so powerful, he is talking directly with the DM.
So, as we were saying, Nevis is responding. Then if he has a problem with it, I will take it up with him directly. Either way, I am putting a stop to this. As we're having this conversation, Nevis is still running drills with his soldiers.
Of course.
If you want to stop slavery, you should stop it in our realm first.
Oh, I intend to. I see no reason not to stop it here as well. I am, alas, only one individual. I only have so much that I can do. Here it seems that all of this comes from their leadership. Therefore it is far easier to make this change here than it would be in our own realm where everything is so fractured and divided. Is there a reason why you are okay with slavery, Gaueko?
Go for the eyes! Rusk!
Because my people have benefited from it.
And your people will be stopped.
If you wanted the easy way to stop slavery, back to our realm and take over the mantle of the god of slavery. That way you can rewrite the rules.
Take over the mantle and dismantle it?
Mm-hmm.
I could certainly do so.
I will accept that influence. I'm letting them have their talk though right now.
Realm does run on its slaves.
And then the realm needs to be removed. I have no problem with servants, but they must have the choice.
Darcy, have anything to add?
Quite a troubling situation.
What's so troubling about it?
Quite difficult to rearrange one's thoughts. So, for I imagine these folk can enslave those who they feel are deserved such treatment. And it is not merely a fact of law of change, but in their hearts and minds. Even if we were to kill their Unconquered Sun or use Gaueko's influence to change the overall theology, there would likely be those left.
I have no intentions of using Gaueko's influence. I will use my own. And if my influence alone is not enough, then a force of arms will be.
Well, then I suppose there's not much trouble at all, then. Seems fairly straightforward. What will be done once the slaves are freed, though?
It will be a difficult journey for them, but the slaves would ideally be integrated into society or allowed to go off on their own to another part of creation. There is plenty of space to go around, after all.
What happens when Nevis frees the slaves? Somebody else will take up the mantle of capturing them. Dragon Kings hold the power in this realm.
That's one thing I don't like about any world. No matter where you go, there's someone going to stop you from doing what you want.
Launch detected.
Perhaps. That's no reason to not try, of course.
If you didn't want a fighting force against you, just go off into the wild. There's plenty of stuff that would happen that you'd be able to create there.
There will be the opposition. However, it is opposition that I would be more than happy to face. Those who have power will be gotten it from their merits, not from their place of birth, or their status of birth, or anything of that nature. It will come from their own deeds.
Will the unacceptable...
That is the future that I will bring about to all creations.
But what of the unacceptable? Those who cannot commit great deeds, for they have no means. Will they have no say, or are forced to defer to those with power?
If they choose not to do anything, then yes. But by the very definition that you've set forth for these individuals, they would be content in that position.
Well, then I guess it would depend on what you mean by exceptional. Must they be exalted like us, or is the simple baker exceptional as well? Must they fight and put their lives on the line to gain any sort of honor or power?
Who says anything about needing to fight?
I just ask what it means to have done deeds.
Ensuring that a society is well fed is itself a great deed.
My mother used to say something along those lines. You have a very beautiful future in mind, Nevis.
It is only up to us to see it fulfilled. Those of us that wish it to come to be. I, for one, will fight until my dying breath for it. So, have we arrived yet, Kerr? I think we've kind of run this subject out.
It doesn't take you guys long. But as you're approaching the city, you see something that kind of stands out from the giant city. Is a giant upside down tree. Literally the
Kerr?
Yes.
I would like to ask how we know it's upside down.
Because you can see that there are roots growing out of the earth. Like, the trunk is growing up, and you see literally, like, the roots growing in the sky.
Do we see leaves on the ground?
Maybe poking out of the earth a little bit. But it's like, you can see, like, you know, the massive network of roots? You can clearly see that hanging in the sky.
Well, yeah, but what I'm getting at is the fact that trees are freaking crazy. Like, roots and branches are basically the same for trees. And you can literally turn a tree upside down, and it will start growing leaves off of what used to be its roots, and its branches will start absorbing the water from the soil and stuff. Give it enough time, and you will have... Basically, the only way that you can really tell if a tree is upside down is right after it's been flipped upside down while the dirt's still clinging to the roots.
Okay, the tree is upside down.
It appears as if it had been freshly plucked and flipped constantly forever.
When the
Life
DM
is fun.
When the storyteller does not want to answer a difficult question. It just is.
Yes, it is.
Because the way the character is written, the tree is upside down.
Mm-hmm. It says specifically, Sazoni is a massive silver tree that is growing upside down with its roots up in the air and its leaves poking out of the earth. That is the form Sazoni predominantly takes.
I guess the most upside down quality of this tree is the in-ground leaves.
Yeah, the leaves sticking out of the, out of the ground. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I guess this just has leafless branches hanging up in the air.
I mean, it depends on how recently it was flipped upside down, like I said. Because it would start growing leaves on the former roots.
Well, Well, it's a magic tree, so I imagine it looks like it's been freshly flipped for all eternity or something.
So anyways, we are approaching the city.
Did encourage me to be quite naughty.
Wow.
Yes, you can see this giant tree towering over the city.
Joke.
And it looks like it's almost made out of like mercury or moon silver, almost. I'll accept that.
Oh, I guess I was muted. Did you hear me say that Nevis was perfectly okay with that too? The influence?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I did not hear you say that though.
Oh, okay.
None shall see
Well, yeah, that was something I said.
Though my battle
And then I
may
said, I asked if there was a giant temple or something with this one. Or any
Sure.
obvious, this is the castle or palace or whatnot.
There are dozens of temples that you can see, though you see the tree move as you guys are flying over.
Anyone else think that's terrifying?
The tree did have a name, so I presumed we would be able to speak with it. I suppose things that speak often move.
And you can almost see like some of the roots reaching out towards you before turning and like making a beckoning motion to you guys.
Oh.
All right, we will go. RD, land us at the base of the tree.
Yes, sir.
Nuclear launch detected.
So, Goose, please refrain from playing that too much.
We might
Especially
accidentally
during
think
our-
we're gonna die.
No, it's just very distracting from the roleplay.
Fair.
That's right, Goose. You better not do that thing. It only gets funnier every time. If you do it, everyone will laugh and think you're cool. So don't do it.
So, what are we seeing as we approach? Like, we're going to land. This is on you, Kerr. I have no idea what's going on down here.
Sorry, I mean I was letting you guys were doing this whole thing with Goose, so I was letting that go through just in case.
Fair.
Don't worry, we only see he who knows the shape of things to come.
No. As you guys were flying down, you can see little leaves popping up out of the ground, forming a runway for you guys to land on.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Oh, goodness.
Nevis will accept this.
Have
I've
you
never
ever
seen
seen a
leaves.
primordial before?
Are tree leaves normally this soft? I haven't looked at a tree in creation in a while.
I don't believe they are soft.
Are they crystalline and shark-like and taste like spearmint?
More. They look like they are made out of like silver or mercury.
Wow.
They're almost like a rippling liquid, but they are solid. As you come in for a landing. And as you land, you can see what looks to be a man made out of pure silver. Waiting for you. Just kind of standing there.
Greetings, I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. And to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
He gives a very showy sort of bow. And yes, he is not wearing any clothes at all. But he doesn't really have any parts at all either, so it kind of evens out.
Wow.
Greetings. My name is Sizoni. The Silver Tree. Yeah, you don't even need to roll. Sizoni is one of the primordials.
All right. I must say I am surprised to see that you are, I suppose for a lack of better term, awake.
Why would I not be?
We have gone through many different realms where other versions of you existed. And this was the only one of which, you are the only one of which that has actually interacted with us.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I have no idea how else I could word it.
Not like he seems honestly confused, which isn't something he seems used to.
Well, you see, Sizoni, you see how there's this big tree at the center of the world, and there's this whole land and people? There's other places like it, except they don't exist anywhere here. They exist outside of here. And they're very different from each other and this one.
I am quite sure that I am the only one of myself here.
Yes.
And I serve no such purpose.
And what is your purpose?
He seems to look over. Why, right now I am giving shade to these people. They live among my roots, and I am able to watch over and observe them. Also, my dear husband is also here. That is the word that you use with a significant other, yes? Husband?
Yes.
I've been attempting to learn your words and such over the last few millennia. Yes, Theodorus is out at the moment. No doubt he's off trampling some sort of... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? What does he call it? Yes, tyranny, yes. He does so dislike such a thing.
He does not like tyranny, and yet he allows there to be slaves?
Well, it is. No, it's not that. It's just that sometimes the mortals need to be able to take care of themselves. He only gets involved every once in a while.
And my brain saying, wait, these are not the evil guys. These are not the Yotzi.
I mean, even as the Ozai, Sazoni and Isidorus were actually, like, the nicest two of them.
I know, but me going, these are not the versions of the Yotzi. They have their own free will right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always enjoyed Sazoni and Isidorus. Like, in second edition, they were the only Yozai that you could actually get on your side who didn't want the usurpation to happen. Like, they were okay.
They were the cute couple.
Yeah, all Sazoni basically wanted was, like, our demands is to allow us to be back in creation, for people to make villages in my roots and live among me, and for Isidorus to be able to, you know, walk among the mountains and be able to do what he wants to do, and not cause, like, any havoc or trouble for the most part.
The walking black hole.
Mm-hmm. In the shape of a boar. Like, to Isidorus, the Exalted were like, you guys are going against the ultimate oppressors, us. And you're actually, like, he's always in it for the underdog. Like, he's like the ultimate underdog guy. And the fact the Exalted beat them, he was like, okay, yeah, sweet, good job, you guys, good job. Like, he has no ill will towards the Exalted at all for what they did. And I love the cute couple, the black hole in the shape of a boar and the giant silver mirror tree. Sweet couple, honestly.
Side down forest.
Hashtag goals.
Yeah, right now Sazoni's taking the form of a giant silver tree just because it's an easier manifestation than, you know, the giant sprawling silver forest he normally is. He doesn't want to destroy this giant beautiful city. They're letting him live here right now. I mean, that's pretty nice of them. Sure, he could force them, but that's not as fun. And Isidorus would get angry with him if he did. I love my babies. I fucking love these two. They're great. Sorry, anyway, continue.
Well, time to Pokeball.
We have been traveling from one version of creation to another to another. Our version of creation has had multiple rifts, as we've been calling them, open up. These rifts threaten to destroy our own creation.
As well as yours.
It would also result in the destruction of your own as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have a plan to add your creation onto our own. We can put you into an orb and add you in on the edge.
I don't do anything, though, for this world.
Every other world, it was you that we had to... There was typically a guardian that we had to convince or defeat in order to put the world into the orb. However, seeing as how you are awake and actually responding to us, I'm uncertain if you are the one that we must convince or if it is someone else.
I do know that there is in Yushan another silver tree, like myself, that's been growing, but I don't really go up there very often. I'm much more comfortable down here.
So it seems that we need to go to Yushan then.
Well, you just got here. I mean, surely you could take a little bit of time in order to enjoy the sights of my city and perhaps enjoy yourselves a little bit.
I am certainly interested in speaking with the leaders of the Dragon Kings here. I do wish to put a stop to the slavery of this world.
And why do you wish to do that?
Because the people are not given a choice. They should have a say in whether they live as slaves. Whether they are forced into these situations of servitude.
But this is what the role they were born into to fulfill.
But they were not given a choice. One should not be restricted to their position that they are born into. If they wish for something else, they must be given the opportunity to have something else.
And yet, this is the natural order of things, is it not? This is how the world is ran and works.
That does not mean it needs to be this way.
Perhaps if it was meant to be this way, the humans would surely choose to be slaves if given the choice. So perhaps it does not matter for you either way.
If all of them were to choose to remain in their positions, Then yes, I would agree it is how it's meant to be. But even if some choose not to be, then is it actually the way it's supposed to be?
It is the nature of creation that the strong rule over the weak, is it not? That was the word of our lawkeeper and our king.
Then I shall have to have words with them and change those. Time to go delete another version of creation.
Oh boy, so much fun.
Nevis would like to speak to the manager.
Either way, I shall need to go speak to the leadership of the Dragon Kings. I do appreciate your assistance with the landing pad, and I hope you have a good rest of your time. Could you direct me to where I might find the leadership?
Well, there is a gate to Yushan in the city itself, at the top of the tallest temple.
I was meaning
but
for the actual leadership of the Dragon Kings, not up in heaven.
that's where they get their rules and laws and such from, though, is from the Unconquered Sun.
I see. Well, then I suppose I am off to you, Sean.
As am I.
So much fun.
I don't think Nevis really knows how to relax.
Definitely does not.
So much for that beach episode.
No, I guess we can take some time if he's really insistent.
That should be taken care of.
And before you go, though, I would like to perhaps offer a gift to celebrate our meeting.
I'm afraid I have nothing to offer in return. Though, if you wish, then I would graciously accept.
Well, it is suitable that I offer a gift to guests of my city. And as he speaks, silver dinosaurs begin to grow out of the earth. Large, strong raptors that you would be able to ride on.
Oh god. Let's go.
I trust this would be acceptable.
Nevis just looks over at Cadus. I believe so, yes.
I want a dinosaur. I want to ride a dinosaur.
Um, quick backstory: dinosaurs were all but a story to Cadus.
And now you can ride them.
Those are some very strange leaves.
They are mounts for you to travel through my city, and they will take you wherever else you wish to go.
Yay!
Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. It's not often that I can say I had visitors from another world here. Now, is there anything else I can do for you, my guests?
There aren't any other large trees of note.
Not that I have seen, and I would know, I would think.
Well, off we go to Yushan.
Alright, so you guys want to start heading towards the city then?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure. With our raptors, of course.
Riding on your silver mounts, you begin to make your way towards the city. And many of the Dragon Kings do not get in your way this time. You're riding on freaking Sazoni's raptors. Of course they wouldn't. And as you begin to make your... one sec. Hang on. I'll be right back. One moment.
I hope he's okay.
He's probably fine. So, you guys heard about the sports?
The what?
The sports. You heard of sports? I think it happened recently. There was a sporting event.
I don't follow any sports ball stuff.
There might have been a game, and I think it might have been televised. Team
Probably
won.
49ers won.
Oh yeah, I learned recently in my ethnic study classes that name might be a bit problematic, Mainly because 49er miners were, I believe, started around the gold rush, and of course that involved a lot of murdering of Native Americans and gaining their scalps so that you get the money from the government. Because of course the United States was big on genocide at the time. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
I'm just hoping Kerr's okay.
Oh no, the silence is killer.
Yeah, I don't know what to do or say. I'm just kind of waiting for news on this.
I mean, they're saying out of the way. I hope we don't go back to where all the humans are stored for now. It's not a good memory for me.
Duke 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 Duke.
Is Kerr still not back?
Nope.
No.
Well then. Anybody see that new Fiona and Cake show on Max?
Okay. We are gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. Kerr is not feeling well.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're calling it for tonight. But you know, this is a pretty decent point to call it. He'll be okay. But yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that allows me to keep streaming and keep making all these streams and videos and all that other stuff, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around, as well as coming by and hanging out. And don't forget to use our Humble Bundle partner link if you ever want to get some bundles on games at really cheap prices. Use our bundle link, or Humble Bundle partner link, so you can support the channel as well. But for now, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye bye.
Adios.